from inside Japan's devastated capital. Tokyo, three-quarters wiped out by the superfortress attacks long before the atomic bomb. A city which once held 6.5 million and was to have been the capital of all Asia, now lies in ashes. Outside the Emperor's palace, almost wholly untouched in the American bombings, a few Japanese subjects worship. Overhead, American planes patrol. A few miles from this garden spot stands one of the foulest of Japanese prisoner of war camps, Ofuna. From the filth and mistreatment they endured here, these American soldiers are now free. Their former jailers bow to the departing prisoners. A long, bitter period of suffering is over. Victory for them means home again. For the first time since the beginning of the war, the President of the United States goes to a baseball game. Harry S. Truman takes his place in the stands, autographing a baseball for the Washington mascot before the game between teams representing Washington and St. Louis. The President tosses out the first ball to start the game. The St. Louis team takes to the field. Baseball Commissioner Chandler is among the spectators, as in the first inning, Washington's Myatt hits safely, advancing Case to second base. Travis at bat, facing the St. Louis pitcher. Travis is out at first, but Case comes around to score. For the Washington team, a 4-1 victory. For President and Mrs. Truman, a long postponed moment of recreation. Home from Bataan and Corregidor and from Japanese prisons is General Jonathan M. Wainwright, greeted at San Francisco by the Western Defense Commander and by his sister, Mrs. Frederick Mears. For the first time in 5 years, Jonathan Wainwright walks on the soil of his native land. Along San Francisco's Market Street, 500,000 people line the 2-mile route of a formal review honoring the last-ditch defender of the Philippines and his valiant command. Accompanied by his son, Commander Jonathan Wainwright V, the general saw a cross-section of the power that avenged Bataan and Corregidor. Arriving in Washington, he meets Mrs. Wainwright for the first time since she left the Philippines in early 1941. Together again, the general and his wife receive the acclaims of hundreds of thousands on a hero's tour through the nation's capital. Washington Monument, citizens of Washington are massed for civic ceremonies. They await the man who has tasted both the bitterness of defeat and the joy of victory as much as any leader of our time. On the lawn of the White House, General Wainwright receives from the President of the United States the Congressional Medal of Honor for heroic conduct above and beyond the call of duty.